Hi creative friends, Marjolaine here with a project for gel press in collaboration with Eileen Hall. And Eileen has already pre-cut the pieces using her large journal die, so I'll be creating a traveler's notebook. And today I'll be using acrylic paint from Art Creations from Royal Talens, and I'll be starting with just black to cover up the scoreboard that is blue. And I wasn't planning on keeping any of the blue, but it just looks so beautiful, the blue peeking out of the black, so I think I might just keep it. And here I'm just going to go ahead and do all the pieces in black. And next I'm going to add some white, and I'm going to use the gel press Impressibles, the circle one, which is one of my favorites. And I'm just going to stamp those onto my plate in the white paint, and then just add texture to my black layer. So next I'm going to gel press an envelope from Brutus Monroe, and I will also use an art foamy stamp. It's a film strip just to add some texture, and I'll be putting the envelope in one of my inserts for the journals. I'm obsessed with junk journals, so I love adding envelopes to them. So here I am pulling out my brand new ribbon plate, and I'm doing this in November, and so I wanted to make my book to promote Women Abuse Prevention Month, which is in November, at least it is in Ontario, Canada. And I didn't edit the video till the beginning of December, so I'm a little late, but I still want to post this video. I'm just rolling some white paint onto the plate, and then I'm going to color it afterwards. So while my journal dries, I'm going to create the inserts. And all I'm doing is I'm cutting some like thicker cardstock pattern paper that is 8.5 by 11, and I'm just going to fold those in half to create my journal covers, and then I'm just going to fold some copy paper in half to create the insides. And you don't need a scoreboard to do this, but I find it very helpful. But just a bone folder or the back side of a scissors works too. So when I create inserts for my journals, I like to add envelopes, and I like to add dictionary paper, some receipts and other fun stuff. I also pulled out a bunch of gel press papers that I did before that were loose, and I'm just going to add those to the journals as well. So now that my journals are put together, I'm going to open them and I'm going to staple them together. I have this long handled stapler, I guess it's called, which works really, really well. But if you don't have one, you can just open up a regular stapler and use like a white eraser underneath and staple into the eraser, and then you pull it out and just kind of flip the staple, which is hard to explain without actually doing it, but I'm pretty sure I have a video on that somewhere on my channel. So the color for Violence Against Women for the ribbons is purple, so I'm just using some chalk pastels from Royal Talens to color them in. And I usually have a huge aversion to having chalk on my hands, so I'm pretty proud of myself for doing this without gloves. And now I'm just using some double-sided tape to put my journal together, and I'll be using it to add some of the pieces to the front as well. So next I'm using some elastic string, and I start from the outside in, and I'm going to go from side to side and then up and down. So the up and down is inside the journal, and the side to side is on the outside of the journal. So I finish it off by just tying a knot, and I did 4 strings altogether. There's 2 in the middle, and now I'm just opening up my journals right in the middle and inserting them. And I guess I could have done 4 journals, but I only did 3. But I think 4 would work since I have 2 strings down the middle. So here I'm just using some markers from Royal Talens. They are water-based, so I just sprayed a little water on them, and I'm using an art foamy to stamp some texture onto the front of my journal. And next I'm using my handy dandy crocodile to attach some of the clasp to the front of the journal and the back. And it holds it quite nicely together. And instead of an eyelet, I'm going to be using brads. And when attaching this front piece, I'm not going to lay it flat because I want the other piece to be able to slide underneath. And so once I have one in, I kind of like raise the piece a little bit in the middle so that I can have some room in there to slide the other piece in. So the chalk does rub off, of course, so I'm going to have to spray it with some kind of fixative, which I'll do off camera. And I'm just kind of showing you here inside my journal inserts, which I absolutely love. I think if I had to choose one type of creativity to do for the rest of my life, it would definitely be journals, because I love that. And here I'm just going to fiddle with some charms to add some pieces to the spine, and that will finish it off quite nicely. So I'm done. This whole project took a couple minutes more than an hour, so that's pretty good. I'm very happy with it, and I hope that you will try this at home and get maybe the Eileen Hull die, which is so amazing, and would love to see what you do with the ribbon plate from Gel Press. I'll see you next time. Bye.